37 years, 47 stab wounds.
The weapon used was a large kitchen knife. The blade was 12 inches long.
But something doesn't add up. Did this man murder his wife in a fit of rage?
47 times. 47 times.
Or was Valentino Ianetti pressured into taking the rap?
This was a perfect storm leading to a false confession.
It had to have been you.
It had to be me or the butler. We didn't have a butler.
For now, this accused murderer is out of jail, but his heart is still in lockdown.
I lost 4 years of my life. I lost my standard in the community. I lost my standard in the business world. I lost my children.
Valentino Ianetti, accused of slicing his wife to death in a blood-soaked tirade on a wintry New Jersey night. But the grieving widower and father of 3 has quite a different version of events.
Why am I being charged with murder if it's a suicide?
And it turns out there's a case to be made for each.
A lot of it points to, a potential homicide, so I can fully understand why authorities went in that direction.
The manner of death is suicide.
I investigate both, beginning with the decades-long marriage of Pamela and Valentino Ianetti.
So it was unpredictable.
Unpredictable. She was a redhead, French, Welsh, and Indian, and I got along with my Italian background really well. We had some good fights, we had a lot of making up.
Pam was a devoted mother and dedicated nurse. But there were deeper problems, claims Ianetti. It started with alcohol abuse 20 years ago. Then Ianetti says Pam developed serious and painful medical issues. Then ultimately, a pill addiction.
She was on Oxycontin, Percocet or Percocet.
You told the police officers how difficult your wife made your life, they said.
At times. We had a problem with money. She loved to play with her credit cards.
Did she have a history of depression?
Before we got married, she was in mental health outfits. When we were married, she was in the B ward a couple times, 2 or 3 times.
For his part, well, Ianetti admits, he's no day at the park.
If I didn't meet her and marry her, the way in the directions I was going, I would have probably not been around here.
What do you mean by that?
I was a wise guy. I drank a lot when I was younger. I had a very bad temper.
He says during a couple of the bad times, Pam kicked him out and broke his heart.
I was lost without the redhead.
What?
I was lost without the redhead moping around.
And somehow they always found their way back together, reconciling at the time of her death.
So in the months leading up to all of this, what was your relationship with your wife like?
Pretty darn good. We were out in Colorado. We were going to a Christian therapist.
Right near the end, it was the best that I had seen it the whole time that I had known them.
Until it wasn't.
When was emergency?
My wife just stabbed herself.
One December night, after falling asleep on the couch, Ianetti says he woke up to a horrifying scene.
I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, walked past the bedroom door, and there was a shadow on the floor. I backed up, and I found my wife on the floor.
He says his wife was lying in a pool of blood. A long kitchen knife was on the floor near her butchered body. Then he says he notices some startling movement.
She started reaching behind her, and behind her was the knife, so I thought she was grabbing for the knife. I don't know what to think at that point. I didn't need her grabbing the knife and doing something else with it.
She was still alive.
She was still alive, yes. I grabbed the knife, held it in the back of the handle, and went to the kitchen.
Ianetti says he put the knife on the counter and returned to his wife.
I went over there to give her CPR, and too much liquid was coming out of her mouth. I knew it was past my capabilities, so I called 911.
He sounds almost like a wounded animal. It's just there's just a lot of emotion in his voice.
Did you have any inclination about what had happened to her?
No, I had no inclination that she stabbed herself or if somebody else stabbed her. I know I woke up and didn't stab her. I didn't even know she was stabbed that bad. I just saw some blood around her neck. I did not know her chest was stabbed and anything else. I had no idea, no clue what was going on.
But you were sleeping just 20 feet away.
Not even 20 feet. I just woke up into this nightmare.
Ianetti is relieved when police and paramedics show up at his door. But it wasn't quite the entrance he had expected.
And I remember it was the cops knocking on the door, guns drawn, and then ordered me down on my knees.
Coming up, determined to get a confession, detectives try to break Valentino Ianetti.
Come on, give it to me. Do it for yourself. Get it off your chest and tell the truth.
As God is my witness, what I told you is what the truth is.
But did they go too far?
I guarantee you, if you were subjected to 21 hours of interrogations, you take credit for the Kennedy assassination.
Valentino, please.
Okay.
That's worked thus far in your mind.
Okay.
Put that to rest. That's not what happened.